Good morning, children. Today I am going to teach you your poem, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, which is composed by Stephen Spender. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज की पठन पाठन की प्रक्रिया. Dear children, you can see a picture on the screen. What do you observe? You can observe there are various children. They are from poor localities. They are looking very miserable. So in this poem, the poet has told us about the life, about their miserable lives, who belong to poor locality, slum area, and who are present in elementary school classroom. So this is the picture of poet who has composed this poem. The journey of his life was between 1909 to 1995. He was a great poet and also an essayist. He had keen interest in politics as well, and he declared himself a socialist and pacifist as well. His work concentrated on the theme of social injustice and the class struggle. This poem is also based on the theme of social injustice and class struggle. Introduction of the poem, just to give you the basic idea of the poem. So dear children, this poem composed by Stephen Spender describes the social injustice and class inequalities which are prevailing in the society. In the poem, it describes the condition of the students who are from an elementary school classroom which is located in a slum area. Dear children, the poet wants to draw attention of everyone towards these kids so that their life can be improved and they may be trained to become good citizens rather than criminals. So already I have told you theme, which is social injustice and class inequalities. Let us enjoy the poem. So line number 1 to 4. Line number 1. Far, far from gusty waves, these children faces like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pallor, the tall girl with her weighed down head, the paper seeming boy with red eyes. So dear children, on examination point of view, because this is the revision class we are giving you, these lines are very important and many times these lines have been asked in your question paper. So dear children, the poet is saying that far, far from gusty waves. When the poet is saying that gusty waves, it means to say that the children who are present in elementary classroom, they are very far away from the opportunities of life. They are living a boring life. They are not from mainstream life. That's why the poet is saying that far, far from gusty waves. Means they live very far away from the opportunities of life. They live very far away from the mainstream life. These children faces like rootless weeds. This means these children are living very boring life. These children are living without parents. They have no parents. There is nobody who can look after them. And this can be seen over their hair, my dear children, when the poet is saying that the hair torn round their pallor. You can find that how miserable these children. You look at their hair, which have not been combed for a long time. Means nobody is there who can look after them, who can take care of them. They are very miserable children. Because of their miserable condition, the poet considers them like rootless weeds. The poet makes the use of simile figure of speech, compares them rootless weeds. As you see, the weed remains alive till its roots are uprooted to the ground, and when it is rootless, it flows away in the blow of the wind. So dear children, same situation is there. Since these children are not being taken care, nobody is there who can look after them, who can take actions to improve their situations. They are very miserable. They are in a very miserable situation. They are getting no opportunities. They are getting no opportunity to live in the life in the real world. That's the reason they are being doomed day by day, moment by moment. The poet finds a girl in the classroom. The poet is saying that the tall girl with her weighed down head. This phrase, weighed down head, which is important from examination point of view. Actually, the poet means to say that, with this phrase, the poet means to say that in that classroom there is a tall girl. The girl, she has kept her head down, which means she appears to be sad because of poverty, because of responsibilities shouldered on her, because of her illness. And there is one more student, there is a paper swimming boy, appears to be as thin as a sheet of paper. So dear children, when the poet is saying that the paper swimming boy, it means that the boy is suffering from malnutrition. He is impoverished and he has got red eyes, which means when the poet is saying that he has got red eyes, my dear children, the poet is saying that his eyes are full of hunger. There is hunger which can be very, very clearly seen in his eyes. So with these lines, the poet is trying to convey that the children who are present in elementary classroom, either they are very far away from the opportunities of life, from the mainstream life, or they are starving children, they are impoverished children, they are full of sorrow, they are full of pain, their life is full of miseries, they are living very miserable lives. So for the sake of your understanding, here is the glossary, gusty waves, which means breezy winds, but in this poem the poet has used it symbolically to make us understand about the children who are present in the classroom, that these children live very far away from the opportunities of life, so the mainstream life. In fact, their life is boring, they are living very monotonous life. Pallor means pale, dull face, which is the symbol of weakness, means they have become very weak because they have not been they have not been able to they have not been nurtured properly. They are living they are starving children. They are suffering from malnutrition. Weighed down means burdened. Used for the girl. The way the girl is sitting, keeping her head down, it means she is very sad because of poverty, because of her illness. Poetic devices, you see the example of repetition. In the beginning, when the poet is saying far, far, if you take far, far from, then it becomes alliteration. When he says gusty wave, these children faces, so there is metaphor. When he says like rootless sweet, there is simile. These are the questions, my dear children. You have to answer. If you are able to answer these questions, it means that you have understood the explanation of stanza number 1. So who are these children? So these are the children from elementary school classroom. They are from a poor locality. What does the poet mean by gusty waves? This means these children are living a boring life. They are living a life which is very far away from the opportunities, from the advantages of life. What has possibly weighed down the girl's head? The dear children, the girl has possibly weighed down her head because of poverty, because of responsibilities, because of her illness. So you have to identify the figure of speech used in these lines. So there is a use of metaphor when the poet is saying rat's eyes. There is a use of simile when he says like rootless weeds. So the poet has used simile as well. The poet has used metaphor as well. And in the beginning, when the poet is saying that far, far, there is a repetition. When he says far, far from, there is alliteration. So these are the literary devices used by the poet in this poem. Line number 4 to 8. Thy stunted, unlucky heir of twisted bones, reciting a father's gnarl disease, his lesson from his desk at back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young, his eyes live in a dream of a squirrel's game in trees room other than this. These are beautiful lines. These lines are depicting the miserable lives of those children who are present in the elementary classroom. The poet says the boy is stunted. My dear children, stunted means not fully grown due to malnutrition. Unlucky. The boy is called unlucky by the poet. Why does the poet call the boy unlucky? मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, जैसा कि आपको पता है, you know very well that you are from Radiant College or you may be from other schools as well. If your parents give you luxurious life, if your parents give you education, it means you are lucky. मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, यहाँ देखो, उन बच्चों के बारे में देखो, उस बच्चे को देखो, ही सफरिंग फ्रॉम डिजीज ऑफ ट्विस्टेड बोन्स. उसके पेरेंट्स ने क्या दिया उसको? एक बीमारी दे दी कि जा बेटा तू संसार में जा रहा है, मेरे पास तुझे देने के लिए कुछ नहीं है, ये मुड़ी हुई हड्डियां हैं, ये बीमारी तू ले जा और इस बीमारी के साथ तू जी. हाउ मिजरेबल लाइफ इज देयर विद दैट बॉय. ही सफरिंग फ्रॉम डिजीज ऑफ ट्विस्टेड बोन्स. What is the reason? You must have understood. So what is the reason that the poet calls the boy unlucky? The boy has been called unlucky for he has received nothing but for a disease of twisted bones from his father, from his forefathers. So before him on the desk, his lesson from his desk, there is a book, and on the book the page is open, which is all about the disease he has inherited from his forefather. This way he looks very miserable. He has no attention over education. He is fully attended to the disease he has received from his forefathers. But in this classroom, there is one more boy who appears to be different, whose presence becomes a contrast to the presence of others who were present in the classroom in that time. So there is a boy. His eyes एट बैक ऑफ द डिम क्लास वन अननोटेड क्वेश्चन आता है कि भाई क्लास को डिम क्लास क्यों कहा गया है मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, बिकॉज यू नो दैट द स्कूल इज लोकेटेड in a poor locality, especially for poor people, so there is no attention by the authorities of the world. That's the reason there is a dim class, there is no light, there is no proper lighting over there. The class is very miserable class. So at the back benches, there is a backbencher in the classroom who is unnoticed, appears to be sweet and young. He has a dream in his eyes, means he is having a hope in his mind. No? He hopes of a squirrel's game in a tree's room, which means he also wishes to go outside the class, outside the world, which belongs to the mainstream life. He also has a dream to play, to run in the beautiful world which is there outside, which is very far away from the world of these children who are present in that elementary school classroom. Other than this, पूछ लेते हैं भैया this किस लिए यूज किया गया है, तो मेरे प्यारे बच्चों this means the classroom. So for the sake of your understanding, there is a glossary, dear students, you must go through it. Stunted, which means not fully ground due to malnutrition. Gnarled means knotted, twisted and rough. Weeds, unwanted plants that grow on their own. Paper swimming boy, very thin boy, as thin as a sheet of paper. Hair means successor. Literary devices, metaphor, paper swimming boy, gnarled disease, squirrel's game. Now there are questions before you. You have to answer these questions. If you are able to answer these questions, this means you have understood the poem very well. You are going to face the exam in a good way. You will have no problem in the exams. Who is the unlucky here? प्यारे बच्चों बताओ किसको कहा गया? Who is the unlucky here? The boy who is suffering from a gnarled disease. Disease of twisted bones is referred to be unlucky here. Why is unlucky? Because he has received nothing from his forefathers but for a disease of twisted bones. What will he inherit? He has inherited a disease of twisted bones. Who is sitting at the back of the dim class? A sweet and young boy sitting at the back of the dim class. Identify the figure of speech used in these lines. Already I have discussed with you. There is a use of metaphor and also there is a use of simile in between. So you can identify, you can go through the lines, you can understand. So this way, there are more questions for you. You have to answer because in your question papers, questions of 2 marks, short answer type questions will also be asked. So you are to answer these questions. What was the environment of that classroom? You have to answer. How does the poet describe the condition of the children living in the slum? Why does Stephen Spender use the images of despair and disease in the first stanza of the poem and with what effect? So you will write the answer of this question and send it to your class groups so that your answers can be assessed, and if there is found any improvement you will be rectified at once.